You can't see my face, but I'm looking wistfully away from the screen in dismay. Oh. Tagami explains the rules of formal dueling to you, including a carefully inscribed circle of wards which will contain the effects of any powers you wield, protecting bystanders from danger. You know, this game seems like the kind of one which would... Like, with the duel earlier, you could be maxed out in everything, though, by a brilliant guy in the world. It's just like, yeah, but you couldn't actually run out the way of his spell, so it burns your face into oblivion. That's what I imagine this is going to do now. And then it is time to begin! You trade attacks, one spell sensed and countered by another, reserving your strength as much as possible. It might be almost exciting. Start that again. It might almost be exciting if your life went on the line. You need to end this quickly before his experience allows him to come up with a trick you can't defeat. He's used to dealing with magical attacks, but he might not be expecting a physical one. Perhaps if you rushed him, you could take him off guard. Up close, he can use his fancy spells, but what would you do then? You still have to use magic to win. You can't just grab him and bang his head against the floor. I do like that option. Like Coconut. Sing like, coconut, coconuts in Sabanza. I don't know the real words to that. I'm pretty sure there aren't even the real words, but you could just bang his head to the room with that. It'd be brilliant. Perhaps you could focus your power into the shape of a sword and attack him with that. I'm awesome at swords. I like this idea. Or maybe if you could distract him somehow, you could cast a spell that he couldn't block. Distract him somehow? What would that be? It's just like, hey, Tagami, I know we're fighting and everything, but look, a pigeon! He would stare at you in dismay. Right, magic sword. Because it sounds less stupid. Motes of shimmering moonlight coalesce a weapon into your hand. Your first lunge he dodges, rolling to the ground, but you recover quickly to strike again. In the confined space of the warded circle, there is nowhere for him to run. The final strike of your moonblade parts his head from his shoulders. You have won. Wow! The game's let me win something? Like, first time? That's a rarity. That is one hell of a rarity. But what? What? I defeat him! And now they're like, yeah, okay, what do you want to do now? Do you want to go and play with your teddies? That's a good one, right? Just go play with your teddies. Clearly, I haven't got the memo. Let's get angry! Oh dear. That's it! Is that it? Just leave! Great, alright, hey, great. That was totally useful. In every way, shape and form. Alright, what should we do? What should we do? Let's do History World. Let's do it all in that, because... No, not YOLO. I nearly said it. That was close. Because I can. Because it's like that, and that's the way it is. No, I know that terrible song. Shame. Don't know what you're missing out on. Right, I'm going to show all the outfits now. After this. Once you defeated the King of Shangia, the invasion was meant to be over. In practice, it's not quite so easy to expel a foreign army from your lands, particularly when their leadership is falling apart. Yeah, funny how that works, isn't it? You know, war. The remaining Shangian generals seem surprisingly eager to go home and left without fuss, but a larger number of soldiers have broken ranks and run amok, looting and pillaging their way through the Nova just for fun. Great! Well, there's going to be several husbands without any wives anymore. A number of royal holdings have been damaged and valuables stolen. Not only do you lose them, but you will have to pay for repairs. Oh dear. Okay. With so many renegades on the loose, Nova seems likely to have severe bandit problems for years to come. How is that a positive? Oh dear. This is awful. Alright. We need to get more angry, or willful, so let's do this. Bitch, I'm going to be the queen soon, as if I care. Angry! There we are, we're angry again. We're angry. Is there anything I should really get up? Because there's probably going to be some sort of last challenge, isn't there? Alright, let's go reflexes and flexibility and agility. Reflexes and flexibility. Because, you know, if we're having sex, you've got to have good flexibility, right? With like my 12-year-old cousin, or however old he is. Practice snares kept hold of them. Okay, cool. It's all good. Oh god, what now? There's something going on that no one wants to tell you about. Servants avoid your eyes and scurry away. Ministers converse in low, worried tones. Yes, as far as you can tell, your territory is secure. No more attacks are underway, so what could be wrong? Oh, God, is it something to do like our servants killed someone or something? I don't even know. I'm not even going to guess. You lie awake in bed at night, worrying that perhaps all of your choices may have been the wrong ones. Time has slipped by you so quickly. Only 2 weeks remain before your birthday celebration and your official coronation as queen, which I probably won't make. Have you done enough to build a stable Nova? No! There's bandit problems for years to come. There's a fucking monster who I can't even remember what he is. Like a spiky monster. He's just on the loose, killing people. I clearly have not got a stable Nova. Is anything willing? Anything willing? Yeah, YOLO. Okay, great. Okay, I'm now crying again. Brilliant. Alright. Well, it's 1 week now. 1 week. History. Novan and Foreign Affairs. Because I've got 2 in that. So, let's get it up. If you know what I mean. Oh, dear. Don't repeat that, kids. Don't repeat that. Alright. 5503. Oh dear! You awaken to the sound of chanting outside the castle. You stick your head out the window to see what happens, and then withdraw with a gasp. It's a naked protest! The peasants are rebelling. Oh, of course they are. Alright, is that what everyone's talking about then? Hundreds, maybe thousands of them with spears and pitchforks and torches, all screaming for your removal. And here you are in your tower, with your armies depleted from the recent war. Of course, you do have an advantage over the mob. You are a lumen. Do you dare turn your powers on your own people? I can attack them! Wow, I can just, like, attack my own people. Solid! I don't care. They've come for my removal. I want them now to die. Die! You refuse to cower like a frightened rabbit. You will march out to them openly and show that you have the power of the gods behind you. Wield magic. What would be difficult against soldiers in armour is instead ridiculously easy against untrained peasants. You barely have to wave your hand and people fall away, screaming and covered in burns. After only a few minutes, the crowd breaks and flees in panic, leaving behind only the wounded, too slow to get out of the way for the stampede. Wow, okay, so... Well, I love that option. It was literally just, well, you can wait for them to go, probably storm your castle, or you can kill every one of them. I like the option I took, though. I like the option I took. Oh, God. This game logic, you've got to love it, haven't you? Well, you just killed a couple hundred of your people. You know, there are a couple burns, run away. A couple people run away as well. Let's play some tennis, though. That's cool, isn't it? Right, before I forget, I'll show you all the outfits I've got. So you've got the boarding one, that's the normal one. Then we've got... Oh, dear. I haven't seen these either, and she sincerely looks like a porn secretary. Alright, everyone knows the tutu from when before. Magical girls, the one I've got on in a minute. Oh my dear God. Oh, we're suddenly Dickensian. Military. Oh, I'm a horse rider. That's pretty cool. And then, tabard. That's pretty neat. That's pretty goddamn neat. And now we've got this really, really skimpy child porn outfit. Oh dear. Alright. What should I get up? Should I get conversation speaking up? Because, I mean, I'm pretty close to becoming a queen, so I'll probably have to make some speech of some sort, right? So, public speaking, conversation, flattery, done. Okay then. 74. And 74 again. At this time last year, you were celebrating your 14th birthday. You were in the school garden surrounded by your friends. A teacher brought you tea and cakes while a wealthy merchant's son wove a crown of flowers for your head. Yes, and the only thing that's changed this time is that I've just killed everyone. Wars, I was at the front of the navy. I chopped a guy's head off, that was fun as well. Apart from that, there's no difference. It didn't matter so much that you were a princess then. Your title was something for the future. Many of your peers would be duchesses or earls or the like someday, but not then. You were children. Your parents could not attend on the actual day, but they did send some wonderful gifts, some for you and some for you to share. And a week later, they came for a visit. And your mother took you with her through the countryside in splendid courage. So with all the reading I'm doing in this game, you must absolutely love my voice if you've got this far. Because good God. It was the last time you would ever see her. You wonder if, wherever she is, she can see you now. Looking down at you. You are 15 years old, a legal adult. You have worked and studied and suffered and prepared. And now the time has come. Oh yes! Fist pump, come on! We're here! Bicep curl! Ooh! Well, I'm here. Wow. Game's less harsh than its normal, incredibly harsh self, for once. So that's fun. You kneel before the priestess, barely hearing her words as she recites her blessings. She calls upon the gods to deliver peace, wisdom, and prosperity to you, and through you to all of Nova. And then she calls upon you for your oath of rulership. Will you guide and govern and protect your people to the best of your ability, according to law and custom? I don't know, I've just gone for like a slightly girly Julian Clary, but most of you won't know who that is, so that's okay. I will. Will you be the best of your power, uphold the ideals of love, honour, justice and mercy? I will. Lords and ladies assembled, I present to you your undoubted queen, who has sworn you her loyalty. I sound like Joe Pasquale. You who have become to give homage, will you do the same? One at a time, the head of each duchy, whatever the fuck that says, approaches your throne and kneels to swear his or her service to you and your heirs. The people of Nova, I give you Elodie, daughter of Fidelia, your true sovereign. What say you all? Long live the Queen! Long live the Queen! Long live the Queen! Have I won? Thank you, I will. Have I won? Have I? Yes! Oh! Completed such a harsh game! Ooh, get in there! Ooh, celebrate now. But, as of ever, the prologue, or epilogue, whatever it is. Once his daughter was secure to her throne, Jocelyn returned to his birthplace to focus on his duties as Duke of Callery. He was pursued by many women, but showed little interest in remarrying, directing them instead to his brother, the Duke of Mazomba. Is the Duke of Callery my dad? Yeah, so he didn't marry that woman, huh? The subject of magic and lumens remained a slightly uncomfortable one for the citizens of Nova, perfectly fine for the Queen who had inherited it by divine right, but not something that the other peoples should be aspiring towards. Look at all the terrible things that happened when that power fell into the wrong hands. Yeah, and then it was taken out of it and put into good hands. That of the person who burned her own peasants. As an openly acknowledged lumen, Juliana, Duchess of Herschel, was met with public suspicion whenever she journeyed outside of her duchy. Buggered if I can pronounce that. At times, that suspicion was accompanied by thrown vegetables. Woo! It did not matter that Elodie had supported her fully as a member of the noble court. That only led to commoners to whisper that Juliana was a bad influence to the Queen. Juliana's perpetually unmarried state was even more worrying for those with wagging tongues. What if that influence rubbed off on the Queen and left Nova with no hair? Oh, I was wondering where they were going when they said wagging tongues. Also, I love how the dad was worrying about Juliana. Nah, she's fine. She helped me. After the failed invasions, relations with Shangia remained tense. First came the recriminations and demands of the Queen from the Queen of Shangia, devastated by the death of her husband, which Elodie ignored. Next came the subtle approaches, the quiet gratitude and offers from alliances from ministers who were thrilled to see Tagami gone. Elodie ignored those also. Does like ignoring this girl, does like her ignoring. Which was just as well, since the next thing to arrive was the preserved head of one of those traitorous ministers, sent by the Queen of Shangia as a warning. There was no sign of war in the immediate future, but there was not likely to be an alliance either. Years later, when both were adult, Elodie, Queen of Nova, and Adair, Duke of Aleth, were married. An entire week of public celebrations was set aside for the wedding. Wow, it sounds like in England when the royal wedding was on. And both bride and groom paraded through the capital on fine white horses from the east. Their relationship often seemed to be more one of friends and companions than passionate lovers. But they brought stability to Nova. Well, I'm surprised they're not passionate lovers. They're like 15. I'd hope they're not anyway. The mental image would be horrible. As a Lumen, it was LED's responsibility to defend Nova from monstrous threats. She decided that the monsters within the realm were every bit as dangerous as those outside, and thus set herself to the task of conquering the Old Forest. Each monster would have to be identified and carefully studied in order to defeat it without upsetting the balance. It would take many years to reach the heart of the forest, but LED was undaunted. And thus Queen's LED's legacy stretched into the future. And credits! Well, there you are. It's one hell of a thing, isn't it? Do I want to save the story? YOLO, why not? Oh! Hey! How's life? Oh, now, and everyone now knows I'm a brilliant fan of Test cricket thanks to this up here. Thanks! Thanks! You could have told me. Starting browser, I noticed. And that is actually the end of the game. One thing I'm going to do before I go on my ending speech. Wow! 3! Is that it? Oh dear! Alright, I thought it'd be a bit more than that. I thought I'd have like 10. Clearly enough, 3. Oh dear. Oh well. Well, I mean, thank you very much for those that again got this far. You must, as I said before, love the sound of my voice. And thank you very much for watching. I mean, please subscribe if you've got this far and haven't. I would love you forever. We could all make passionate love, provided you're over the age of like 17 and you're not like in America or South America or just anywhere which isn't Europe. But we can make passionate love if you're those strict guidelines. So that's fun, isn't it? Let's end this before I still can, with some dignity. Thanks very much for watching, folks. And last words, God save the Queen.